Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about an underrated masterpiece of Charlotte. Now, Charlotte is one of these animes that you are going to find basically on any YouTube channel that wants to talk about superheroes and talk about really underrated gems that you will have to really dig in the anime community for. Now, it is the main character of Charlotte is Yu Otosaka. As he is first introduced, he faces a character named Nao Tamori. Both can use superpowers. As very limited amount of children have superpowers, so they are being exploited by, of course, organizations or groups that use them for their own group. Now makes you basically transfer to the academy and join her student council or her superhero group to make sure adolescent or young children aren't allowed to be exploited for their powers. Now, you, as well as the story goes, uses how to learn his power and basically exploit his power to many, as he is able to basically change bodies with everyone. And he does have more powers in the manga. I just haven't read the manga, but he has way more powers in the manga apparently. Now, Yusa also has his younger sister transfers to the academy. Basically, his younger sister also awakens an ability to cause anything around her to suddenly collapse as the hospital or anything around her collapses. It collapsed on her. Bow. Now, it does unexpectedly kill her, and that's when you get Yu's favorite crash out session. I mean, he goes on a rampage. And of course, the main antagonist to this story is the groups or the organizations at work trying to get these superpowered children, superpowered teenagers, or superpowered anyone to basically do their bidding. So the Seas of Stars Academy, the student council of that, are trying to stop that from happening. Of course, let me not forget, Yusa Nishimori is also one of the more powerful ones of the student council. She is the leader, and she is able to be basically conjure the dead. And Chotiro Takajo, of course, he's basically the Flash in the story. Now, with Yu powers and Yu's abilities, and then the story as a whole, it is a wonderful story as someone who basically just uses his ability to cheat, try to get the test answers from the smartest answer, basically do what anybody would do if they had the power to switch people's abilities. And of course, the downside of his ability is that he has to look at him, and he has to basically look around everybody, look at people to change bodies, of course. Now, when his sister dies, and he goes out on a beyond crash out session, basically goes around, tries to wipe out every group he can so no one is a threat to anyone again. Now, when you watch it, you can see his general hatred, his genuine emotion. The voice actor did a great job in terms of Charlotte, to see that he doesn't want this to happen to anyone. You can see him awakening. You can see basically his power to come back. And now the student council, Chojiro, Naso, and Yusu basically seek out Yu. Sorry, every time I say Yu, I think I'm Yuda. Seek out Yu to bring an end to his destruction, his calamity, as they want to resolve this in a peaceful manner within these organizations or group. But Yu crash out. He's not doing none of that. I ain't gonna lie. Because he does dang all. He really goes after them, of course. And by the end of the story, Yu does come to his senses. The student council is able to get to him, basically console him of the death of his little sister, or at least his little sister. Basically, I would say, is still dead. Now, within much of Yu, he also does have an older brother that has the ability to time travel. Now, there's many more superpowered abilities, superpowered schools. It is very much intertwined with superpowers, and it has to fight the groups that are going after superpowers. So you see gunfight, superpower, everything that you want in a story, you should watch. I'm not gonna lie. As Charlotte, gives you much more profound impact. The emotionalness. I mean, it has higher stakes than My Hero Academia in terms of how the story is presented, how the crash out is with you and with the death of his younger sister, especially at the hospital, well, first you see him crash out. You basically see him go on a rampage. No one can stop him. He's basically he's the most powerful in the verse, right? The end of the story where he consoles and everyone gets together and they love him for all that. And after he's basically done crashing out, he crashes out one more time, basically kills everyone. So it's a very fun story as you see someone who is basically a bad dude. I mean, when you're first he's a bad dude. He wants to just use his power for greedy gain, to gain power, to gain good grades, to gain good money. Basically whatever he wants, he'll do for the benefit of himself and benefit of his family. Now, in terms of that, when he is recruited to the student council, he starts to change his ways, save a couple of people, start to go on a couple of people, and his younger sister gets involved. When his younger sister awakens her power and he crashes out, it is one of the more distressing couple of episodes that you will watch. You'll be like, yo, what happened? And this is a well-deserved crash out. So of course, I would always say watch Charlotte, see Charlotte. It's one of those animes I think everyone should watch. The progression of the story, you can see the rising action, but basically trying to be a good guy, and then basically the pinnacle where you see his younger sister being killed, and then you see the downfall of him killing everybody. Almost everybody within the groups. And then you can see him come to his senses, being consoled by the end of the story. It's very much a good story, and I recommend it for everyone. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.